Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vay, Nerdchuck, and this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. I got it, Mott. Like riding a bike. Episode 1002. You know, we don't have the same cadence we had back in the day, Mott, where we do 5 a week. These are once every, 6 months, 4 months, year. But I'm excited to be back at Wine Library, filming this episode, and we are going blind bag for episode 1002 around Brunello di Montalcino, Sangiovese-based wines from the Tuscan region in Italy. Brunello is a wine that I probably still get most asked about as I fly around the world and do all my business meetings in the social media marketing world. A lot of people know me from and know the history of this show and this store and the things we've done, and it's really interesting to me when I think about what wines people ask me about, or can you recommend a good blank, I would say Brunello is probably one of the 2 or 3 things that people continue to ask me about. And obviously we came back and did the return episode of Wine Library TV, episode 1001, and I knew that I wanted to make 1002 a blind bag tasting, so I reached out to Brandon and said, hey, how are we sitting? You got some Brunellos running around? And he said, yeah, 2010 being a great vintage, so hopefully there's a couple here. I actually have no feel of the wines, just like we used to do it, even more so, Mott. At least back in the day, I knew the kind of wines this store carried. By the way, for anybody watching this for the first time, this is not my mother filming. I would say probably the best joke that we ever had during our careers of this episode was every time I would say Mott, in the comments, people would say, oh, it's really cool that your mother films your show. Now, this is Chris Mott, and just for context, this is where my anger will come in. We used to do t-shirts for the show, and Link It Up Mott was the #1 selling t-shirt. Chris, you became like a cult figure above and beyond. You were like more popular than I was.
No.
Well, I think so. Anyway, nonetheless, I'm excited about tasting these wines. I myself am a pretty big Brunello fan. A lot of people drink Sangiovese in the Chianti form, in the basic form, but when you get up to this level, it really becomes a great expression of the grape, of the region, and more importantly to me, what's interesting, calling a spade, I am right now in my journey of wine leaning more towards Barolo and Nebbiolo and enjoy those wines more. But I will say, what's been interesting watching the wine market from a business standpoint, I believe Brunello is still grossly underpriced for what it delivers, and the fact that you can still get really high quality wines in the $25 to $70 range is intriguing. I think that sweet spot of $40 is really good to go, which will probably be about $100, $80, $70 on a wine list, depending on what city you're in. And so if you've not explored Brunello, and obviously also taking into account a lot of people watching this have become people that have become aware of me over the last 3 or 4 years and are more in the marketing and business realm. One of the things that I'm very proud of with Wine Library TV and the 1,000 episodes that I filmed over that 5-year period was we made a lot of people go out and try different wines, different things. And if you're somebody who's watching right now who's obsessed with California Cabs or a Pinot Noir drinker, please, please, please try to figure out how to get a bottle of Brunello into your world and try it. So let's see what happens here. The blind taste, Mott, another thing a lot of people don't know is, when I look back at the blind tastings, there's been a lot of 0 for 4 episodes.
Yes, there were.
So I'm hopeful. And my palate's in a really kind of different place too, so it'll be interesting to see where I sit with Brunello lately. For example, little disclosure that's kind of disappointing to the old version of myself. I'm stunned how much I like California Chardonnay these days. I don't know if they've gotten a little less oaky or if I've gotten older and prefer it. But palate keeps evolving, and so it'll be interesting to see where we go. So, unlike normal, when you zoom in, here it is, the bag. Wine #1. Let's get into it. First thing you'll notice for a lot of you that are, somewhat into wine, moderate or somewhat knowledgeable, is the color. This is not the pitch black that you get from, a lot of Bordeaux's now. A lot of California Cabs. This gets a little bit lighter. You can see your fingers through it. This gets into the Pinot coloring a little bit more. Now the nose is already exploding. I haven't even gotten close yet. This is where smell-o-vision would be so great if technology could catch up. You'd be shocked on how much my general area in this room is already covered by this sour cherry flavor. This is extremely aromatic. This is something also I'll be probably from episode 1001 to 1010, I'll do a lot of referencing in the back, and then I'll keep going through the years. One thing I've always been probably over-indexing on is aromatics and the nose of a wine. The sniffy sniff, that little shtick I had came from that. It was to bring a little more glamour or awareness to the nose. I think most of you do not smell your wines enough, and to me, there have been wines through my career that I've enjoyed just by smelling. I preferred it to the taste, but I didn't care because I just was in love with the aromatics and just smelling the wine. This wine has a great floral nose. I would say almost like crushed rose petals. A little chalkiness, a little smokiness, but very sour kind of cherry fruit on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Nice ripe tannins. I always call it like a copper penny flavor on some of the Italian reds, specifically Brunello, that I've liked. A little hint of leather coming through, and quite sour and bitter. My mouth is extremely dry on the finish. Really well structured red fruit, but a little bit hollow on the mid palate, which is a big transition flavor for me and quite important. Yeah, solid wine, good structure, well made, but not something. Actually, I forgot. I usually have a pen here. Anybody got a pen? Sam? All right. I'm gonna kind of do my little score here. Let's keep it going. Let's give it a little rinse. Let's go to wine number 2, Mott. It's even lighter in color as I rinse. So zoom in. A little rusty there, Monster.
Yeah.
I know with the bags was always a weird thing, like, do we zoom in on them? Do we not? This wine's even lighter in color, which is not always an indicator that it's lighter or things of that nature, just a fun thing to kind of pay attention to. The nose is even more closed than a prior wine, less aromatics. As a matter of fact, very little coming through on the nose, so this wine feels quite tight on the aromatics. I do get a little bit of black fruit. Let's give it a whirl. Fuller mouthfeel. This goes on the attack on the palate, which is interesting. Also very dry wine. A little bit of hint of rhubarb, which I like quite a bit, especially in the pie, even though I don't eat pie these days, Mom. I'm in much better shape than I was.
You're like leading me now.
You like it, right? Appreciate it. Anyway, completely covers the palate. A little rhubarb, a little hint of cherry again, very common theme for the Sanjo. They say wines in this region, little hint of chalk. This wine has more of a delicious factor than the less wine, but it's lighter. I would almost, for the people that are wine drinkers, I almost feel like this has more Burgundian-like characteristics, where it's got its light finesse but strong structure. I like to compare these kind of wines to like the matriarch in a family, strong-willed older woman, that runs shit like grandma runs. Oh, beep that out. I don't curse on Wine Library TV. I forgot. And so, really well made. Let me give it one more shot. I like this wine. Very long finish. Would pair extremely well with, just cheese. Or actually, to me, and this, again, my palate skews this way. I don't recommend this for everybody, but this is actually a kind of wine that I would actually drink with fish. And I know people tend to go Pinot and tend to go Gamay and Beaujolais and things of that nature, but I do think that this wine has enough of a balance and is light enough, really, at the end of the day, to pull that off. But is a flavor profile that I enjoy. I would say caution to the people that really like big, heavy cabs and explosive wines. I think this wine would be a little too light for you. And so, to me, wine number 2 is a Pinot Noir drinker's Brunello. Wine number 3. Much better numbers than I could just write. Yeah, marker, I like it. Great color, great nose, very smoky, a little hint of cigar. This smells like my old baseball glove in 5th grade that I used to chew on. So the mix of saliva and leather coming through on the nose. Really nice hint of red raspberry. This has by far the most exciting early indications of a serious wine. Let's give it a whirl. This is by far the creme de la creme so far. Very well structured, huge intense fruit, great mid-palate transition to the finish. Feels like this wine can last for 15 to 20 years easily on the tannin structure, yet elegant enough to be able to drink now. Think about a really high-end, high cocoa count, dark chocolate wrapped in roses and biting into that. That's what you're getting here. Really, really long, dry finish. Still tasting it on the palate. Very exciting wine, very well structured, very good. To me, if you're able to deal with the sour fruit flavor here instead of the candied fruit of California Cabs and Shiraz from Australia, you will freak for this wine. And to me, this wine is extremely well made. By far my favorite. Pounded with red and black fruit. I kind of want to keep drinking this one. Really good wine. That's nice. Good. All right, let's see what wine number 4 has in store for us. Rinse. Let's see the world. Again, it's really hard. I mean, you know, did we zoom on 4? Now I'm rusty. You know, most Brunellos are going to be somewhat decent. The bigger concern I have is that you're going to spend $35 for decent, and that's not interesting, especially in the competitive landscape of the wine world right now, where there's so many great wines for under $20. Now, this wine has a totally different nose. This has the most New World nose going. A lot of dark fruit. There's a little hint of smoke. You know what this actually smells like? It smells like post fumes of like firecrackers. It's got a little bit of, what is that in firecrackers?
Gunpowder.
Yeah, gunpowder, right? Good, okay. It's got a little hint of gunpowder, plum, cherries. This has the essence of, there's a little sugar on the nose, if you know what that means. This has the essence of a New World Brunello. Let's see what's going on here. Boy, does this wine disappoint. Wow. Let me just taste that one more time.
White Martino, contact body inside 18. White Martino, contact body inside 18, please.
Yeah, I don't love that wine. To me, this wine had such an interesting, over-the-top... You know what this tastes like? I have the good analogy. Based on the nose, it's like if you see something pretty from afar, right? You know, and then as you get closer, it becomes less pretty, like a mountain or a human or whatever you want to go. But you know, I think that what's interesting about this wine is it set you up with the nose of being over the top and fruit forward. And I actually even already intuitively in my mind said, okay, how am I going to help people that don't know understand this is an old world region where there's some modern day winemakers that are starting to make their wines democratized and taste more like the New World fruit. The kind of thing that wine nerds would be upset about, but the kind of thing that normal people enjoy because it just tastes better. It's more delicious. They're attracted to the sugar and the fruit, what I would call the makeup. And then when you taste the wine, it's actually extremely hollow, very light, awkward and disjointed. It's kind of like a 15-year-old putting on way too much makeup. You know what I mean? It's an awkward scenario. And so I'm not happy about this wine, and I will not be scoring it very well. All right, let's put these in order. And here we go. Oh, you like this is the fun part, right? Here we go. All right, here we go. In order. In last place, that wine that I just dismantled with 85 points, and I would highly recommend that nobody drinks this wine on earth. Oh, Mott! I am very impressed by you. I totally forgot about the 85-point thing. That's incredible. Good job, Mott. You were on that. Is the Ricci 2009 Brunello. Not good. Oh, we don't have the date. Oh, does this wine key have like the date of like the scores and stuff like that? It's like
no.
a weird. No.
It's just what the
So what? I need you guys over here. Help me here. Brandon didn't write the stuff on the back. How much is this, and what is this scored by the mainstream press? Ricci Brunello 09. Liz, you on it?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Wait, that's the 09?
Yes.
$29.99.
$29.99, and the score?
92 points, Tim Atkin.
92 points, Tim Atkin. Tim, you and I are just nowhere close to the same page on this wine at all. The next wine, wine number 1. I like this wine. I would go with 90 points. 90 points minus 89 points plus. Good solid wine. You know, I enjoyed it. Fascicole, 2009, Brunello. Team, need you here? Fascicole, 2009. No worries. Brandon, really. Yep.
It is $39.99.
$39.99.
And the rating is 92 points. Monica Larner, Wine Advocate.
92 points. The Wine Advocate. I'm a little bit lower than Monica on this wine. I liked it, but at $40, I wouldn't necessarily go screaming and buying it and say you have to have it. Now, this next wine I liked a lot. Wine number 2. I'm going to go 90.
I gotta get the other bottle.
I'm sorry. What's that? You want to see this? Got it. Wine number 2, I enjoyed quite a bit. I'd call it 91 to 92 points. Let's go actually go 92 points. I feel like I'm being a little harsh because I want to like show people that, you know, let's go 92 points on this wine. I liked it quite a bit. And this wine is, here we go. Got it. The Mate, 2010 Brunello.
The latte is $49.99.
$49.99.
And it is 94 points suckling.
94 points James Suckling. Yeah, I mean, extremely good wine. $50 is probably the max I would pay for this, so I think it's right in line of what it's worth. But I thought it was extremely well made, great structure, and I think a lot of you enjoy this. This wine I freaked out for. Wine number 3, let's score 94 points. This is a must-have. I'm dying to see what this is. Very frankly, I'm going to a business meeting here in Wayne, New Jersey in a minute, but on the way down I'm going to grab a bottle of this or two and take it home, so I'm pumped about this. I'm excited. Do you guys know what it is? You guys... Yes, Tequila de Sopra. It sure is. Tequila de Sopra, 2010 Brunello.
96 James Suckling.
96 James Suckling, makes sense. $39.99. This is a steal of a wine to me. This wine really shows $60, $70, maybe even $80 quality. You know what? I'm like watching your guys' vibes. I'm excited to like. I feel like you guys are acceptance of my blind tasting. Like, hey, good job. You proud of me?
I lost a bet.
Yeah.
What's that?
I thought you were gonna. I thought Monte was gonna.
lattes were your
I thought.
Got it. Mate I liked a lot.
But I've never had the Seafield this.
Okay, good. You guys should definitely taste this immediately. Loved it.
And it's 2010.
Yeah, 2010 is a great vintage. That's one other thing that you guys should pay attention to. So, hope you enjoyed this. This was fun. It's good to get. It's almost like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. Question of the day, right? Do I ask a question of the day? Do I do that? Yeah, that's where it's fun. Question of the day. Talk to me in the comment section. I would love for you to give me a little recap of your Italian red wine drinking tour, and especially Brunello. You know, part 1, have you had a Brunello, and if so, which one have you liked? I want to see a bunch of yes and no's. And number 2, Italian red wines. Are you there? Have you been trying them? Keep trying them. I'm trying to figure out what my ending was for the show.
You with
A little bit of me, thank you, Mott. You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.